concerned about talking about football with you.
You know, I'm accepting of Auburn. We are both. Let's explain to people why you're concerned. Let's do that.
Listen, here is the golden rule for friendship in the South. You do not talk about football with people that are not of the same genre of football than you. I don't talk football with Alabama fans. That's just the way it goes. And so now you're wanting to talk football with me, and I know you're an Alabama fan. So I'm a little concerned.
So Paula went to Auburn.
I did.
To school.
Yes.
And she is an Auburn fan.
Yes.
I did not go to Alabama, and I'm an Alabama fan, but I've watched Alabama since I was a kid. So let's explain for people that don't understand Southern football what that means. Like when you have a child.
Yes.
Go from there.
It is so close to idolatry that it's an issue.
Let's just call it what it is.
It is. It really is. And I know, like, I'm laughing, but it does concern me. You know, because from the time they're a baby, like, you know, you're training up a child in the way he should go, and you're supposed to be using the Bible, and instead I'm like, look, this is orange and blue. These are the colors we like. See these colors? And you're taking them to Auburn, and you're, like, introducing them to the place, and you're reading little Auburn board books, and so there's a, you know, it's a fine line you gotta walk there.
Yeah,
so,
you like get baby gifts with Auburn on them.
Of course you do.
Born, you
Yes,
know?
of course you do.
So, as you grew up as a kid, were your parents avid Auburn fans as well?
They were, and it's not just me that went to Auburn. Both my brothers went to Auburn. I can't even list the number of cousins that have went to Auburn, that have gone to Auburn. You know, aunts and uncles, and it's just, we are very much an Auburn family. We have had a couple cousins that have gone to Tuscaloosa, but for the most part, everyone goes to Auburn.
Yeah.
And so it's very much part of our life.
It's really a family tradition in that sense. And when you live here, it's almost, if you are from here, you choose who you like.
Right.
You may not watch any other football game the whole season. But you will watch that. Everybody that lives in the state watches that game.
You pick a team.
And you pick a team, and that's just the way it is.
Sure.
And friendships are divided over football, which is
sad. That's why we don't talk about it, that our friendship isn't divided.
I am not your typical Alabama fan that you're used to, because I support the SEC, because I think I want that to be a great conference. And so when Alabama is not playing Auburn, I want Auburn to win. But I will not lie. After the Chris Davis return, I secretly in my heart wanted Auburn to lose the national championship.
You don't need to be secret about it, because I do not cheer for Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't care who Alabama's playing. There is no scenario I can possibly think of that would make me cheer for Alabama. Like, even if my kid grew up to play for Alabama, that's how bad it is. So, I mean, of course, I'll pay lip service I try to be nice, and, you know, I basically just don't talk about the Alabama fans. But if I do see Alabama fans in church, I'm trying to be nice about it. Yeah, that's great, Alabama's winning, yay. But in my heart, I'm like, no, that's not great. Why would I want their rivals? I don't want my rival to win.
So why do you what are the traditions of Auburn that you love?
To me, Auburn is all about family. And I'm sure every school would say this. I'm sure an Alabama fan would say, Alabama's all about family. But to me, it is all about family. You know, we pull into town. This is where me and your dad had our first date. This is where Uncle Bill and Aunt Mary Lee first kissed. This is where my mom came and visited when she was a teenager. And so it's all very much, and we do tell our kids these stories. They get sick of these stories, but we do tell them. You know, so it's very much a tradition kind of place. We do the same thing every time we go.
What are some of those things that you do when you go?
Well, we always go to Tumor's Corner and have lemonade.
For those people that do not know what that
Tumor's Corner is a drugstore in Auburn that's been there since the early 19th century. And that's where kids go to have fun, and it's where the toilet paper is thrown in the trees after the games, which got started because of the kids used to wait at Tumors for the ticker tape to come in through the whatever the ticker tape came through, the
dispenser.
That machine.
Yeah.
What is that machine?
I don't know.
It's like cowboys used it in the Wild West. You'll have to edit all this part out. Telegram. So they would get the telegrams, and then they would hang the results from the trees.
Oh, okay.
And so you throw the toilet paper in the trees. It's kind of reminiscent about that. And so after the games we win, we go there, and it's not only we don't only roll the trees when Auburn does something good, but really when anything good happens, they'll roll the trees. It's something fun to do. We have restaurants we go to every time. Of course, we show the kids where we used to live, and we'll go to the same parks, and there's a really nice state park there that we go to. So
that's good.
Kind of our thing.
So it's a fun thing to have. I know growing up for me here, I've grown up here my whole life as well in Alabama, and growing up to me, it was like just something that you could do together as a family that you look forward to, and that you could come together and unite, and it's kind of like you're being together, and just so many good memories for me because most everybody in my family are Alabama fans. I have some cousins who are Auburn fans. My sister-in-law is an Auburn fan. Actually bought her an Auburn national championship going to national t-shirt for Christmas.
Very good.
Because she lives in California and you can't get them there. So I think that's weird. But yeah, so I bought her that for Christmas. But you know, for the majority, most of my family we are Alabama fans, and we really cling to that. Now, most of my relatives aren't as nice as I am.
Right.
They're more even worse than you
like
are.
Me.
About it. Worse. And so I guess I played sports so much, but I have this good sportsmanship thing built inside of me. Which is great. To where that's just the way I am about it.
Sure.
So, what does an average Saturday look like if you're home and you don't get to go to the game?
All right, if we're home, the 8-year-old plays football now, which, whatever. He really, really likes it, and it's been good for him. But, so we'll go to his little game, and then we normally come home. We may walk to get pizza, come back, and then we'll all watch the game together. The 11-year-old likes football, but he's not into it like the 8-year-old is. So he'll kind of wander in and out, but me and Billy and the 8-year-old will definitely watch it together. Sometimes we'll go to somebody's house to watch it. It's been a little tough this year because my 8-year-old is very passionate about everything. There's not a laid back bone in his body, and he is having trouble lately dealing with losses, which is good since Auburn has been so good lately, but it's been pretty tough for him to deal with. The national championship, oh my goodness, is rough. And so we're trying to work on his sportsmanship because it's pretty horrible right now.
It's so hard because you want them to be excited and all that, but when that happens and they do lose, it's a hard lesson.
Yeah, it's almost too much emotion for him. After the Georgia game, when we won in this last second miracle, he looked at me. I took him to the game, so it was just me and him in the stadium, and so he looks at me and he says, "Mom, there's something wrong with me." And I said, "What is it?" And he said, "My knees are shaking." And I said, "Why?" I said, "Well, I know, baby. What just happened? It's what just happened." Like, he didn't understand why his knees were shaking. Yeah. It was just the emotion of it. It's a lot to deal with when you're 8.
Yeah.
And when you're 37.
So what about when you go to the game? What is that like?
All right. When we go to the game, we first thing we do is Tumor's Corner. Then we'll go to the bookstores and look at the cool t-shirts and the fun stuff around. Then we may go to the park and sit there, let the kids play for a while. There's a great new kind of water park feature right outside, very close to the stadium where the kids will play and goof off. Then we usually find family members. I've got a lot of cousins, and we'll find, 3 or 4 groups of family members around, tailgate with them, and head to the game.
So what does tailgating include?
Tailgating includes good food and sitting around watching the other games. It's got a lot better lately now that everybody has the cool TVs and all
the
that.
RVs.
Yes, the RVs. Right.
It honestly is like, it's crazy if people have never seen this. Like, I remember when I went to my first Alabama game, I couldn't believe it. Like, how many people were there, first of all? And a lot of these people don't even go to the game.
Right, sure.
They're just there. And I'm like, this is insane.
Right.
This is like the World's Fair.
Right. Well, we went to the Iron Bowl this year, but we didn't have to get to the game. Yeah. But we went to Auburn for the Iron Bowl. Yeah. So we were one of those people.
Well, it's just such a great thing, especially if you win. It's such a great experience.
Right, and it's a horrible experience when you lose. I mean, it's still good to be in Auburn, but yes, there is a bad part of it.
So Auburn went through a rough patch for a while.
Yes,
there.
yes, indeed.
So what gets on my nerves really bad is when people only cheer for their team when they win.
Yes,
I hate that.
Right,
Like it bugs me to death that when everybody's winning, when your team's winning, everybody comes out of the woodwork to be
right. Sure.
Oh, I'm an Auburn fan.
Right.
But then when there are whatever, and they just I hate that.
Right.
Does that bother you too?
Well, we have a rule in our house that if you wear the T-shirt Friday, you have to wear the T-shirt Monday, regardless of what happens over the weekend. And when I was teaching, I would tell the students that. If I saw the kids in college gear Friday, I would tell the kids, you better be wearing that Monday, because we're not fair weather fans.
Yes.
And it's so, that is never even an option for us. It's so much a part of our lives that it's not, I don't have to worry about that too much.
It bugs me though when people are that way.
Sure.
So what do you think, what's the most extreme thing you've ever heard somebody do as an Auburn fan?
Oh my goodness. I'm loving the reaction videos, the crazy things people are doing after the Iron Bowl, jumping in the snow, jumping in pools, just acting like crazy people. Some of the road trips people will take to get there are impressive.
I love the fact that somebody named their kid, an Alabama fan actually, named their kid Crimson, and then there was Todd or something.
Right,
it's so crazy to see that.
The tattoos.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like there's a lot of extreme fans here in the state. And we love football here.
Right, sure.
It's like, and it's weird because mostly people think that men would be like, it would just be a man thing because it's football. But one of the reasons I'm glad that we're friends is because we both have an appreciation for football. Because it's hard to find, because I can talk football just like anybody. I feel sometimes I can do better than those announcers that are on TV. Because I'm like, why are you asking such a stupid question?
Yes, I know.
That's so stupid. Why did they ask that? Why didn't they ask this?
Wait, so the other team needs to score some more points? Oh, now I understand.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that is cool that we have a love of the sport, and we're not dudes. So.
Right. That's okay. We can do that.
So if you're a girl out there and you're questioning whether you should love football or not,
all in.
Be all in. Join the club.
Yes, that's right.
Because we are here. Yes. Well, I mean, that's all I think I have for us today.
All right, good deal. It was fun.
Thank you for coming by and talking to me about football and blogging.
Yes.
If you want to check Paula out, tell everybody what your blog address is again.
www.akajanrandom.com.
And you can find her there, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Oh, no way. All happiness all the time.
Thank you again.
Great.